Have you ever wondered why that little gold coin you slide into an Aldi trolley might be one of the smartest business tricks in retail history? It's not a gimmick, it's not tradition. It's a quiet system that saves Aldi millions of dollars every single year, and most shoppers walk right past it without ever realizing what's actually happening under their nose. Before we dig into the secrets Aldi employees know but customers never hear about, do me one small favor. Tap that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video with anyone who still thinks Aldi is just a cheap little bargain store. Trust me, by the end of this, you'll see it in a completely different light. Because here's the truth. Aldi has quietly trained millions of Aussies to shop a certain way without them ever noticing. You think you're saving a few dollars on milk? You think you're getting a cheaper version of the same product? You think the store is just no frills and simple? But behind those cardboard boxes, plain shelves, and lightning-fast cashiers is a machine so precise, it makes the big supermarkets sweat. Kohl's and Woolworths have entire teams studying Aldi's playbook, trying to figure out how a store with fewer staff, fewer products, and fewer decorations somehow keeps stealing their customers year after year. And once you understand the 11 secrets I'm about to walk you through, you'll never shop the same way again. You'll spot the tricks. You'll know when Aldi is winning your wallet, and you'll know exactly when to walk out and buy somewhere else instead. This isn't just a list of tips. This is a full breakdown of how the smartest supermarket in Australia keeps outsmarting shoppers who think they're already getting the best deal. Let's start with something almost nobody talks about. Aldi runs a secret quality control program called the Mystery Trolley. Every month, headquarters sends undercover auditors into random stores across Australia. These aren't casual shoppers. They're trained inspectors carrying long checklists, and they walk in without warning. They fill a full trolley with random items, milk, bread, fruit, frozen meals, tinned goods, and ship the entire haul back to a private testing facility. Then the real work begins. Every product gets checked for freshness down to the day. Portions get weighed against the labels. Taste tests are run. Packaging is examined for tiny defects most of us would never notice. One blurry sticker counts as a violation. One slightly soft piece of fruit counts as a violation. One product that tastes even slightly off from the last batch counts as a major violation. And here's where it gets serious. Stores get scored. Low scores mean smaller bonuses for the entire staff. Repeated failures trigger retraining. High-performing stores get rewards and expansion priority. That's why Aldi employees treat every single item on the shelf like it might be pulled at any moment, because it genuinely might. You never see the auditors. Employees never know when the test is happening, but everyone knows it exists, and that's the genius of it. Quality stays high without a single manager needing to breathe down anyone's neck. So when you shop at Aldi, you're not buying cheaper products. You're buying products held to standards. Most Australian supermarkets can't afford to enforce this strictly. That's an important shift in the way you should think about the store from now on. Now let's talk about where the real savings come from, because most people get this completely wrong. They think Aldi is cheap because the products are cheap. That's not it at all. The savings come from operational choices that customers walk past every day without noticing. Take the trolley coin. Yes, you get it back, so it feels like a free system. But that coin quietly eliminates an entire job category. There are no teenagers pushing trolleys across the car park at Aldi. No managers chasing runaway trolleys. Customers police each other because nobody wants to lose their coin. Industry analysts estimate this one tiny detail saves Aldi around $3 million a year in labor costs alone. Think about that. A single coin slot doing the work of an entire team of employees. Then look at the shelves. Those cardboard boxes products sit in aren't laziness. They're intentional. Every other supermarket pays staff to unpack shipments, arrange items neatly, rotate stock, and face labels forward. Aldi designed its entire supply chain so products arrive in boxes that double as their own display. Staff slice the top open, slide the box onto the shelf, and move on. One Aldi worker can stock shelves 3 times faster than someone at Kohl's or Woolworths because they're not touching individual items. They're moving whole cases. That's how Aldi runs entire stores with tiny crews. And every hour of labor they don't need to pay for is another dollar they don't need to add to your grocery bill. And then there's the product range itself. Around 1,400 items in total. That sounds small until you realize traditional Australian supermarkets carry 30 to 40,000 items. Aldi cuts all of that complexity. Fewer items means bigger orders per product. Bigger orders mean lower prices from suppliers. Lower prices flow straight to your receipt. Almost every product on the shelf is a private label, often made in the same factories that produce the name brands you know. They are just packaged under Aldi's own labels and sold for half the price. No slotting fees, no fancy displays, no brands paying to fight for shelf space, just product and price. Every dollar Aldi doesn't spend on operations goes directly into cutting your bill. That's not cutting corners. That's engineering at a level most Aussies never even think about while they're shopping. Now here's a secret that changed how I shop forever. Pick up a jar of stone mill spices at Aldi and look closely. Generic label, budget price, around a quarter of what you'd pay for Master Foods or Keen's at Kohl's or Woolworths. But here's what nobody tells you. Many of those stone mill spices are made in the exact same facilities that produce those premium Australian brands. Same equipment, same recipes, same quality control. Only the label is different. It's called co-packing, and it's everywhere in the food industry. Aldi has just perfected it. They go straight to top-tier manufacturers, skip the middlemen, skip the advertising, skip the flashy packaging, and they sell you the same product for a fraction of the price. Take Dukkha, that Middle Eastern spice blend Aussies have gone crazy for. A fancy jar at a specialty store might cost you $8. Aldi's version is around $2.50. Same texture, same aroma, same flavor down to every sesame seed. Blind taste tests have been done, and people genuinely cannot tell the difference. Because there is no difference. Same story with oregano, same story with paprika, same story with garlic powder. Same story with cumin, cinnamon, and half the other jars sitting in your pantry right now. Aldi figured out something the big brands don't want you to know. Customers don't actually care about logos. They care about quality and price. Give them both, and brand loyalty disappears overnight. The next time you're standing in the spice aisle at Kohl's paying $7 for a jar, remember that the same spice is sitting on an Aldi shelf for less than $2. But here's where a lot of shoppers get burned. They assume everything at Aldi is cheaper. It's not. Aldi crushes the competition on food, milk, bread, produce, frozen goods, tinned items. That's their battlefield. But the moment you cross into personal care and household essentials, the story flips. Toilet paper, shampoo, toothpaste, dishwashing liquid, laundry detergent. These products are often more expensive than Chemist Warehouse. It sounds crazy, but it's a deliberate business choice. Aldi knows what pulls people through the door. Fresh food, groceries. That's where they compete, like their life depends on it. Personal care is a side purchase. Something you grab because you're already there and don't want to make another stop. Aldi doesn't need to win on those items, so they don't try. Take toilet paper. A recent comparison showed a 6-pack at Aldi for $6.99, while Woolworths had the identical pack for $5.48. That's over $1 cheaper somewhere else. Multiply that across cleaning supplies, shampoo, and razors. Suddenly, you're leaking $10 or $15 every shop without realizing it. Aldi doesn't buy these items in the same massive bulk they buy food. They can't negotiate as hard. And they don't accept manufacturer coupons, unlike the big two which run promotions constantly. So the smart move is simple. Make your Aldi trip about food. Before you toss shampoo in the trolley, pull out your phone and compare. 9 times out of 10, another store beats them. It's a habit that quietly saves families hundreds of dollars a year. Quick pause here, because if you're already learning something new, do me a favor. Drop a comment right now with the one Aldi item you buy every single week. I want to see if it's on the smart list or the trap list. And while you're down there, smash that like button. All right, let's keep going, because the next secret is where Aldi shoppers make or break their weekly budget. Wednesdays, that's the day. If you're serious about squeezing every drop of value, Wednesday is when the magic happens. That's when special buys land on the shelves. Limited edition products that rotate every single week. Kitchen appliances, home goods, outdoor furniture, workout gear, kids' toys, garden tools, all priced at a fraction of what you'd pay at Kmart or Big W. And here's the catch. Aldi stocks limited quantities on purpose. Once it's gone, it's gone. By Thursday afternoon, the best items have already been snatched up. $29 coffee machines, $19 yoga mats, $59 patio chairs, many made in the same factories that supply the bigger stores. If you're strategic, you can knock out gifts for the year. Some Aussies set phone reminders every Tuesday night. Others sign up for the Aldi catalog by email. The most dedicated ones follow entire Facebook groups warning each other which items are already selling out. The trick is discipline. Make a list. Know what you actually need. Match your list to the special buys catalog. If it fits, buy it. If not, walk away. Impulse buying at Aldi is where budgets go to die. The genius of the special buy system is that it creates urgency without a single ad running on television. You either show up on Wednesday or you miss the deal, and that fear of missing out fills the store effectively. Now, let's talk about something you've probably never paid attention to but should. Aldi's produce section. It looks plain. No misting sprays, no fancy organic displays. But look closely at the origin stickers. A huge portion of Aldi's produce comes from local or regional Australian farms. Not because they're trying to sell you a paddock-to-plate story, but because local sourcing is cheaper and better. Produce starts breaking down the moment it's picked. Longer transport means more waste and spoilage. Aldi partners with farms closer to their distribution centers. Shorter distances mean fresher food. Fresher food means less waste. Less waste means lower prices. And it lasts longer at home, too. That head of lettuce that turns soggy after 3 days from a big chain might last a full week from Aldi. Same with tomatoes, strawberries, capsicums, and berries. That difference saves a small fortune over a year. They also enforce strict quality standards on incoming shipments. If a delivery of tomatoes doesn't hit ripeness or size targets, staff have authority to reject it at receiving. It never touches the shelf. Other discount stores are famous for accepting whatever they can get cheap. Aldi refuses to play that game because they know bad produce destroys trust faster than any low price. The result is fruit and veg that genuinely rivals the big chains at prices 20 to 30% lower. Not because Aldi is buying rubbish, but because they're buying smarter. Next time you're standing in produce, look at those origin stickers. Victoria, Queensland, or South Australia. Now here's a trap that catches even loyal Aldi shoppers. The brand name pricing myth. People assume Aldi wins on everything. That's simply not true. Aldi dominates on private label products, but name brands like Arnott's or Cadbury are often priced 10 to 30% higher than at Kohl's. Why would the discount store charge more for a brand name? Because they don't buy in massive volumes. They don't have the same negotiating power. They don't get the deep promotional deals. So the prices creep up. Most shoppers never notice, because they've been trained to believe Aldi always wins. They toss Tim Tams in the trolley without checking, while Woolworths might be running a half-price special. And because Aldi doesn't run loyalty programs like Flybuys, you never get the extra points either. It's a quiet trap that can add up to real money. Stick to their private label products. That's where the value lives. If you want brand names, buy them somewhere else. Don't mix strategies. Aldi isn't trying to trick you. They're just running their model. Know when it works for you? Now watch a cashier at Aldi next time you're there. It's unnatural how fast their hands move. Items fly past the scanner without any pausing or hunting for barcodes. That's not talent, that's engineering. Aldi prints multiple barcodes on nearly every single product. 2, 3, sometimes 4 surfaces per item. No matter how the cashier grabs it, a barcode is already facing the scanner. Instant beep. No delay. Faster scanning means shorter queues. Shorter queues mean happier customers. Happier customers come back. Aldi tracks this obsessively. Items scanned per minute is a real metric. Cashiers know their numbers. Aldi cashiers consistently scan at twice the rate of their competitors because the products are designed for it. This means Aldi needs fewer checkouts and fewer staff. Every second saved reduces your bill. Every scan feeds real-time data into inventory systems. Automatic reorders kick in. Waste stays low. Those hidden barcodes aren't just about speed. They're about running a store like a Formula One pit crew. It's an obsession with efficiency that most shoppers never register, but it's a reason they undercut giants. Let me pause, because we're getting into the biggest wallet savers. Send this to one friend who shops at Aldi. What I'm about to explain about Aldi's milk pricing is honestly wild. Milk always tops the list for shoppers. $2 a liter when competitors charge $4. The answer is brutal and brilliant. Milk is a loss leader. Aldi deliberately loses money on milk to pull people through the door. Price it low and customers pick you. Once inside, they don't leave with just milk. They grab bread, cheese, eggs, and produce. The milk is bait. Industry analysts estimate Aldi loses between 50 cents and $1 per liter of milk sold. The losses are staggering, but it's cheaper than running massive television ads or billboards. They just price milk so low that word spreads for free. Every Aussie bragging about it is doing marketing. Kohl's and Woolworths hate this because they can't compete without shredding their own margins. Aldi's lean operation can absorb the hit. The big chains simply can't. So the gap remains. The smart move is to take advantage but stay awake. Buy the cheap milk but don't let it lull you. Make sure the rest of your basket is earning savings, or the low milk price becomes an expensive illusion. Aldi doesn't run a loyalty program, but you can still get cash back using Shop Back or Cash Rewards. You buy your groceries, scan your receipt, and money quietly comes back to your account. Stack them during promotions with a points-earning credit card. You're getting rewarded 3 times over. People report $50 a month coming back. That's a return flight to Bali paid by leftovers. Make a habit of checking apps before leaving home. After checkout, snap the receipt in the car immediately. Final secret, cashiers have the authority to give instant discounts on damaged items. Just ask. Cracked eggs or bruised apples? Polite asking can get you 10 to 20% off on the spot. Rather than throw imperfect items out, Aldi discounts them. It's a win for you, the store, and the environment. Most Aussies never ask, but those who do walk out with cheaper groceries every single week. Aldi isn't just cheap. Aldi is ruthlessly, quietly, brilliantly smart. Now you know the game. Use these secrets, save real money, give people honest products at honest prices, and they'll keep coming back. Next time you push a trolley, you'll be someone who sees the whole game clearly. Smart shopping begins now.